are getting a behind-the-scenes look at Nikola's 2 fuel cell semi-truck in an effort to, as he says, silence internet trolls. Executive Chairman Trevor Milton gave us a look at the company's big new product. He highlighted the engine, how quiet the semi runs, and how you have ultimate control of it through a dashboard computer. Let's go over the details now with Autoblog's Editor-In-Chief, Greg Migliore. Greg, good to see you. I believe you're muted, so if you can just unmute, you can answer this question. What do you make of this semi now that we, I guess, have a better look at what it's all about?
Hey guys, I think I'm unmuted now. It's interesting. I think they do, they're being aggressive here. The semi segment is an area of opportunity for startup companies. I think it's interesting to go after, that segment using sort of an alternative propulsion strategy too. Hydrogen fuel cells, they've been around a long time and we've never seen widespread adaptation of them. I think this could be maybe a little like narrow opportunity for Nikola to kind of get in there and make a name for themselves. I'm intrigued by it. I think, they've been in the news a lot lately. And I think, you're seeing now companies with like, Tesla with Elon Musk and, in political circles, people like to sort of create their own message and using social media. Like this was an Instagram video, I believe, just put it straight out there, direct to the consumer. And, I think they did what they had to do with this. It showed the truck, they showed what it could do. And I think that was the primary thing.
Greg, what's the buzz in car land about Tesla? Just from our world in the stock market, Tesla stock has gone through the roof in the past month. What are you hearing?
Well, we're hearing that they've largely sort of stayed out of the news after they got past the, some of the controversy in California with, working through sort of the stay-at-home order, if you will. Investors have been pretty excited about them. I mean, their products have always been of, great interest to enthusiasts and to green car enthusiasts. And I think right now that's what you're seeing is a consistent sort of just message from them that, hey, Tesla's going to sort of meet your green car needs. They're familiar. It's funny to say this, Tesla is almost part of the establishment right now as compared to say like a Nikola or a Rivian or a newer company. So yeah, in some ways, I think people are just kind of like almost going home to Tesla. So yeah, that's what we're seeing.
Greg, and just comparing those two companies, there are investors that want to compare Nikola to saying, oh, it may be the next Tesla. Would you do that? Would you compare those two like that?
I mean, I think the comparisons are obvious. I would be hesitant to say, hey, they're going to be the next Tesla right now because Tesla is much bigger and they've accomplished a lot more. It's sort of like, can you say, well, is Tesla going to be the next Daimler and Mercedes or Toyota or General Motors? I think it's too early to make that comparison. I think it's probably too early to make the comparison you made. But, I mean, they're a very interesting company. Nikola offers the Badger, which is this pickup truck that, they hope to bring to the market soon. It looks pretty cool. It's interesting. They have sort of power sports and like boating applications. They've talked about some of their military off-road applications. They're doing a lot of things. As far as companies that are just worth watching, they're definitely up there.
Don't mean to throw this at you, but we did get some breaking news, and I bet you have an opinion on it, Greg. Harley-Davidson saying it's going to cut 700 jobs. We know that Harley has had its own problems even before this pandemic. They have a new CEO trying to turn things around, but we see sales continue to decline there. Do you think that Harley is ripe for a buyout? And if so, who might be interested?
That's a really interesting question. I think Harley could be a very valuable asset in the hands of the right buyer. Transportation companies have always been problematic for investors. The case that really comes to mind is when Cerberus bought Chrysler. They installed probably the wrong people to run it. Robert Nardelli, who was, I believe, Home Depot's CEO, he just didn't really know what to do with the company, even though he was sort of an off-the-rack CEO type. So that being said, it's a very attractive asset if somebody with deep pockets could get in there and then believe in the mission. The problem I've always seen with these sort of issues is it's like the investor takes it on as almost a vanity project, like, hey, let's own Harley-Davidson. This is going to be great. But then they don't really want to be in it for the long haul, and then they don't know how to get out. So in an abstract, sure, it'd be great. But and just from an enthusiast and a transportation perspective, I certainly hope Harley finds a way to make it. People like their motorcycles, they're an American icon. What we're seeing is brands tend to endure. How the ownership situation shakes out, yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Greg, 15 seconds here. Why not Tesla? Why not Tesla step up and buy Harley?
Well, I think they probably have too much to do right now. They certainly could, but I think it'd be better for them to be focused on what they're doing, maybe develop their own electric motorcycle.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.